There's this little conversation that's always happening inside our heads, and it really all boils down to one big question. Do we actually trust ourselves? So today, let's explore how you can become the architect of your own belief.
Okay, let's just dive right in with a really simple but powerful question. I want you to take a second just for yourself right now. Do you believe in yourself today? All right, so if we're going to build that belief, we've got to start at the foundation, right? And that's all about how you define your own worth. Let's dig into that first. We spend so much of our lives just striving, right? Always trying to prove we're worthy of something. But what if that whole idea is just wrong? What if you are already enough, exactly as you are in this very moment? So if that's true, if you're already enough, then who gets to decide your real worth? I mean, really, think about it. Are we just handing that power over to our bosses, to what we see on social media, to what we think everyone else expects from us? Or do we finally take that power back for ourselves? Okay, but let's be real. Reclaiming our worth isn't always that easy, is it? There's usually something pretty big standing in our way. And it turns out the biggest blocker, well, it's often the person staring back at us in the mirror. And look, this is a tough question to ask yourself, I get it, but it's so important. When you really think about what's holding you back, is it some outside force? Or is it just sometimes you? So let's go a little deeper here. It's not always our actions that stop us. It's where those actions come from. It's that voice in our head, right? That internal narrator who's always telling us stories. What if your own mind is the thing that's actually blocking your growth? And really, this boils down to a fundamental choice we make every single day. On one side, you've got shrinking. That's a world fueled by doubt, by waiting, by thinking small. And on the other side, you've got growing. That's powered by trust, by starting, by just trying. So the question is, which side are you living on today? So if we're going to overcome this internal blocker, we first have to understand what it is. We have to give it a name. And that name is fear. So let's pull back the curtain a little bit and look at the lies fear tells us. And this distinction is so, so important. Because when you frame it this way, you can actually separate yourself from the emotion. So ask yourself this, is it really you who wants to stay small and play it safe? Or is it this other thing, this force we call fear that's pulling the strings? Now, think about this definition for a second. Fear isn't just about being scared of spiders or heights. No, it's this very specific voice that pops up at a very specific time. It's the voice that tells you to think small, right when you're on the verge of being big. Okay, so if fear is just a storyteller spinning tales in your head, what if it's a really bad storyteller? What if it's just plain lying to you? Asking that one simple question, well, it gives you permission to start questioning everything fear says, to challenge its authority in your life. All right, so if fear is the villain of our internal story, then every great story needs a hero, right? So what's our secret weapon? What's our superpower against this voice? And here it is. This is the big shift. We usually think of belief as this passive thing, right? Something we just have to wait around for. But what if that's totally backwards? What if belief is actually your superpower? An active tool you can choose to pick up and use any day, anytime. So how does this superpower actually work? Well, think about doubt. Doubt is just a mental loop, right? It just spins and spins, keeping you stuck. But trying is an action. It's the thing that breaks the loop. It's the antidote. So why would you choose to stay stuck in that loop when the exit is right there and all you have to do is try? And hey, let's be clear. This isn't about some massive, monumental leap of faith. You don't need to suddenly have this earth-shattering belief in yourself. All it takes is a tiny little seed, just enough belief to take one small step. But what if that one tiny, manageable choice could literally change everything? Okay, so let's recap. We've identified the blocker, that's fear, and we've found our superpower, that's belief. So now comes the most important part of all. How do we actually use it? Not someday, not next week, but today. I mean, we are experts at telling ourselves stories to justify waiting, aren't we? Oh, I'll start when I feel ready. I'll do it once I'm more confident. But here's the secret. That's a trap. Confidence doesn't come before you start. Confidence is the result of starting. So what's the actual game plan for today? It all boils down to 3 simple steps. That's it. First, acknowledge the fear. Seriously, just see it. Don't fight it, just let it be there. Step 2, choose courage instead. Make a conscious choice. And finally, and this is the most important part, just try once today. We're not trying to change our whole lives here. The goal is just to try, just once. So forget about tomorrow or next week. This is about today, right now. What if today is the day you finally stop shrinking and you start growing? What if today you choose to rise?